if someone is on the healing journey, and by this I mean someone who had a very traumatic childhood, perhaps they were neglected and or abused, so the people who were supposed to look after them and to provide them with the safety and security that they needed to develop in the right way would have caused them a lot of harm. So if someone is on the healing journey and they've experienced these kinds of things, as an adult they can be in a bad way. And because they're in a bad way, their life is not going to change overnight. It will take patience and persistence. And as they say, how do you eat an elephant? One mouthful at a time. So it's a case of step by step, and they will make progress. But although their life is going to be, and their childhood would have been different to the average person's life, and it will be different now, they can still compare their life with the life of someone who had a very different childhood. So they could have friends that are getting married or having children, or their friends could be very successful in their career and things like this, so they can compare their life with what someone else is doing. And because of what they experienced, someone like this can find it hard to get out of bed, to even have basic relationships with others. They can be in a very bad way. So it's clear it would be a good idea for them to not compare their life with someone else, because we don't all start off in the same place. We are all on different paths. So it's important for someone to honour their own journey and to be mindful of when they are comparing their life with someone else's life. Because regardless of if this person did have a good childhood or not, they are still on their own path. So although someone can live a very different life, they are still going to make progress and to be able to move forward as long as they take the right steps. And so it is going to be important for their own motivation, their own well-being, for them to acknowledge when they do make progress, because this will give them the fuel they need to keep going. And so although their progress might not seem a lot to someone else, to them it will be a big step. And I've got a number of items here that I've written down that will show that someone is making progress. And the first one I've got is that they may find, after saying yes all the time, that through their growth they're able to say no, and also to say yes at the right time. Because of course if someone can't say no, then their yes doesn't mean anything. Another sign of their growth can be that they may, at certain times, be able to experience inner peace. And this might not last for very long, but compared with how their life has been, just to experience it for a short period of time can be massive. Another thing they can notice is that they are able to feel good, to have moments where they feel good after spending so much of their life feeling really bad about themselves. Another thing they may find is that they are able to put their needs first without feeling guilty. And again, this can be something that is not always possible, but it can be there from time to time. Another thing they can find is that they're able to get angry. Now, of course, they may be in a position where it's the opposite. So they're able to experience moments when they're not angry. But if they ended up being in a position where they lost touch with their anger, being able to get angry at the right times and to get angry at what happened will be a sign of growth. Another thing they may find is that it is possible for them to be able to cry. And for so long this might not have been possible because perhaps they may have been so shut down. But now they can do this. They may have moments where they are now able to open up to others. So through feeling too ashamed and needing to hold everything to themselves, being able to open up to the right people, even if it's just a therapist, through being able to do this will be massive. Another thing I've got here is for them to know what their needs are. So for so long they may have been completely unaware of what they needed and been focused on the needs of others, but now they will be able to focus on their own needs to tune in again. Might only be at times, but this will be a sign of their own growth. And there are, of course, many other things, many other signs that someone can experience. But again, these might be small, but they are a step in the right direction. And for every house that someone can see, there would have been a time when there was no house, of course, but after putting brick after brick on top of the other, there would have been a house. And a house would have been built. So through paying attention to the steps that they have taken and to keep going, to make a list of where they started and to compare their present life with where they started, and to keep their growth clear in their mind. And this can take place through writing it down, through keeping this in a place where they can see it. They will be able to see they are making progress, and then we'll be able to keep going. So if you can relate to this, please pay attention to how far you've come, and if you need additional support, please reach out for the assistance of a therapist or a healer, and don't suffer in silence.